Hello everyone. My name is Uma, and today I'm actually going to be talking about a very basic, a sort of a 101 discussion about operators. So, operators 101. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see what these really, really cool things are all about. So, this is what we're going to be talking about. First, let's talk a little bit about Kubernetes, and then a lot about stateful applications, what are their drawbacks. Then we'll get into the discussion about operators, why we need them, how do they work, a few operators, and then fun stuff at the end. So, Kubernetes. As you all know, Kubernetes is an open source container orchestration platform. So, we know that it's played a very, very significant role in modern software development by providing a very standard way to manage containerized applications. So, what that means is you just deploy your applications and you have it across different cloud providers, and then it'll help you with automation, productivity, and if you want to know more about how Kubernetes has helped, I have some stuff at the end for you. So, since we're here to talk about operators, let's talk a little bit about stateful applications. So, the thing with stateful applications is that they store data. So, once you log in, you use it, they store the data from that session, and once you log in another time, they use that data to, well, improve your experience. So we have a Kubernetes cluster here, which is your app and your database. And whatever you do, all the data is stored in your database. So now the thing with stateful applications is that they require a lot of hand holding. What that means is, let's say you create an app, you call it MySQL, and now you want different replicas of your app. So when that happens, you create different replicas, but the thing is, they're not all the same. They have their different identities, they have different orders. So let's say, I don't know, you want to delete this second replica. It's a lot complicated than you actually think it is, because you have to take into account its order, you have to take into account what name it is, what identity it has. It's quite complicated, and let's face it, complication means it usually requires manual intervention. That kind of goes against the idea of Kubernetes, since Kubernetes is all about automation and no need of manual intervention. So, what happens if they fail? Like, do you have to manually go in? Do you have to do it? And that's why we have operators. So, in very, very, very simple terms, operators manage all those complex applications that we just wanted to resolve, right? They're kind of like an autopilot for your system, okay? So, why do we need operators? Let's keep using that autopilot analogy, right? Let's say you have a huge flight and you require an autopilot system to maintain that, to maintain your crew, you maintain your flight systems. I mean, you can't always depend on humans to run such huge complex systems. Sometimes you might not have the manpower that you need on hand. So, just as an autopilot for such a huge flight system, you need Kubernetes operators to well switch from a manual to an automated mode. So, how do these operators work? They actually work by extending the Kubernetes API, right? So, let's go back to the applications that we are thinking. Let's say it's now called MyDB, right? What if something fails? Like, what if your pod dies right here? Well, you can expect to rely on your operator to help revive this pod. Let's say you make some changes to your pod, some programming changes. Well, how do you expect to deploy them? Operators here for your rescue. Let's say you make a different version. Now, how do you switch from your existing version to your new version? Again, operators are here to help you with that. So, right, this is my favorite part. It's the memes. They always help. So let's look at a few operators here, right? Since we are data on Kubernetes community, let's look at some operators which kind of help you with that. So Prometheus, the Prometheus operator right here. See, when you think you're an obscure movie reference, but Tech Bro is a movie fan. So Prometheus is actually an open source monitoring system that's widely known and also widely used in the Kubernetes system for monitoring the health and performance of its applications. Same goes to Cassandra. So if you don't know the Greek mythology, I suggest you go check it out when you signal doom, but humans just don't get ya. So again, the Cassandra operator also makes it very simple to manage Cassandra clusters and the SIG operator. So SIG actually stands for Special Interest Group, and it's actually dedicated to maintaining the operative framework within Kubernetes. Those are just some very, very few operators for you. Let me tell you, one of my favorite operators is the Chaos Monkey. So yes, let's do a very quick recap. Operators are special entities. They help you in automating very, very complex systems and also help in maintaining them. They perform various tasks and they also provide a lot of benefits like increased efficiency, fewer errors, and better scalability. Now, if you're looking for further resources and you're further interested about what operators are, how they work, please check these resources out. The DoK community is super, super helpful. Trust me, they're really, really helpful. I mean, I got a lot of my doubts solved. And yes, go to CNCF, go to Operator Hub. You'll get to know a lot about them. So yes, here are a few questions that you might want to ponder on. Stateful versus stateless apps. What other purposes do operators serve? And can you make your own operator? These are my socials. Feel free to reach out if you have any kind of questions. I'd be more than happy to help. Even if you have suggestions, please feel free to reach out. That was my basic 101 on operators. Thank you so much for listening.